We are. We totally are.
We're just going to save the day.
I have a cold and I feel like snot is coming straight out of my mouth. You know, when you have a cold, you feel like snot is like, it's coming. So if snot comes out of my mouth, you guys, or it just comes out, it'll come out of my nose and it's just like, it's coming. Just let me know. Just like tell us in the comments. Just tell us in the comments.
Just here, you know what you do? Just go like this.
I'll go like this. I'll catch it like I did yesterday. I'll just catch in the snot hole right there. It's the universal snot hole. Hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry to get us off on such a disgusting foot, actually.
Yeah, it's how we do.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to show you my super warm and cozy gloves again from Heat Holders because I don't know if you guys are appreciating the furriness and the fuzziness.
I've got pink fuzziness. Look at that. That's the inside.
Oh, those are the socks. Those are the socks.
Yes.
And there's science, you guys. There's science behind the heat holder. No, I'm serious. There is science behind the heat holder's warmth technology because they do it with like a 3-stage process. I'm reading here because I would never be able to remember this. It's a 3-stage process with cashmere-like advanced insulating yarn. So that's what I'm talking about.
And they're super cute. Yeah, they're super cute.
Yeah, and they have a gajillion styles.
It's a moose.
Oh, I love those. I love the gray ones.
I know, I do too. I love the gray ones. My daughter always steals them. I have to go in a room. I'm like, quit stealing my socks.
Yeah. Well, and they have those like super, super fuzzy ones. Those are like their thickest, like super warm inside socks. And the reason I say that is because they're so thick and warm and fuzzy. They're not going to fit in your shoes. Maybe your boots, maybe.
Yeah, in my boots.
They're so thick.
I wear them under my work boots all the time when I'm out ranching. It's like they're the greatest. You guys, the greatest.
So nice. And really, really not expensive at all, which is the best part. So if you need stocking stuffers, I'm telling you, this is your go-to. Just go to heatholders.com, use code CHICKS. You're going to save 15% off of whatever you get. And if you spend more than $25, it's free shipping. I mean, it's like such a no-brainer for stocking stuffers. I don't even know why you would not immediately rush to heatholders.com and not buy all the things.
Totally. And you guys make sure you check out our deep dive this week. We did a kind of celebrity mishmash, just sort of a pop culture fun celebrity mishmash with chickification on top of it. You guys hear the thunder behind me? Like it's storming so bad here. You can't hear it? Okay. It's like really, it's crazy thundering here in Texas. Yay! I know. Everything's bigger in Texas. Sorry. I can just hear it. Okay. Anyway, so check that out this week. I think it comes out this weekend. So you'll have something fun to do on Saturday because I know you guys have no plans. So
no plans. I mean, this is like not a busy time of year at all.
No, not at all. No.
By the way, speaking of Christmas shopping, just really quickly, if you're still hard pressed you've got somebody that's impossible to buy for,
there's always one.
Daisy always says, OmahaSteaks.com.
Yes. There's always one in every family. There's always like that aunt or a grandma or somebody that you're just like, what do we get for her? What do we get for? Get Omaha Steaks.
And they're still going to deliver by Christmas right now.
Right.
If you order now and you take advantage of the 50% off site-wide sale, you're still going to get it in time for Christmas. Okay. Couple just quick notes about Twitter. First of all, we still have not gotten the Fauci files.
Give it to us. Give it to us now.
I know.
That's going to be a soundbite. They're going to pull that. Give it to us. They're gonna,
right. Along with you going like this. It'll be that.
Right. This is a family show.
Hide your kids.
It is.
Hide your wife.
Hide them.
Okay. But also in Twitter news, liberals were very, very upset yesterday because Elon Musk dissolved the 100-person, what is it called? The Trust and Safety Council. And so this was, a council made up of all kinds of crazy people all over the place who were deciding for all of us what we are allowed to see and read and what we're not.
I can see them all like sitting in a circle with like sickles. You know what I mean? They just all, you know what I mean? They just look ridiculous. They all have robes.
Yeah.
They just stupid.
They're fired. They're no longer needed.
Fired.
They got a letter from Elon yesterday saying, thank you for your service.
Bye.
We don't need you anymore.
Bye
so
now.
people are very mad. They've been around, by the way, since 2016. And so it's kind of a big deal for them to be no longer being used. So that is a thing that happened. There is a whole lot of other bad stuff that is happening right now. And my husband was like, he came in this morning and he was like, did you watch the opening monologue of Tucker? And I was like, do you recall that you and I lived together?
Right.
And no, I was not with you when you were watching that.
I go to bed approximately at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, I don't go past that time.
He was really asking me because he knows I was watching videos in the morning. And so he was asking me if I saw it. I did not. But as soon as he told me about it, I was like, oh, I got to go find that. And I did. And so obviously his monologues are way too long to play in their entirety here. But the gist of it is, and I've got 2 clips from it to show you. The gist of it is there's a lot of really terrible, awful things that are happening in the world right now. Like totally. A lot. Mm-hmm. And he juxtaposes those terrible things with what the White House's priorities are at the moment. And I think you're going to see his point very, very quickly. First of all, let's listen to the part where he talks about all of the terrible things.
Can afford to waste a good story. That is not the problem we are having these days. The problem now is the opposite, of course. There's too much going on. And some of it's terrifying. In just the last week, China signed a $50 billion trade deal with Saudi Arabia, our old ally, signaling an end to America's longstanding global petro empire. That's not a small thing. Vladimir Putin, meanwhile, who runs Russia, once again threatened to launch a nuclear war on the West. Then Wall Street began laying off large numbers of people, which is not something you can ignore in an industry whose business it is to predict the future of the economy. And at the same time that was happening, the wealth of the average American household dropped to one of the lowest levels ever recorded. The CDC responded by trying to resurrect face masks because that'll help. Sam Bankman-Fried got arrested. And then the Mexican drug cartels, which run the largest human trafficking operation since the transatlantic slave trade ended, now officially have control of our southern border. So it's been a busy week. In fact, more has happened in this past week than happened during 2 full terms under Bill Clinton. A lot. So if you're running our country right now, you'd be staying up all night, every night, trying to figure out how to respond. But that's not what the Biden administration is doing, not at all. This afternoon, as the old global order collapses to be replaced by God knows what, the Biden people decided to hold a drag event at the White House, just in case you were wondering if those comparisons to Weimar were overstated. No, they're not overstated. The occasion for this celebration was the official signing of the Respect for Marriage Act, which the White House tells us will codify gay marriage into law. But wait a moment, you wonder. Wasn't gay marriage legalized by the Supreme Court way back under Barack Obama? Well, yeah. But they've legalized it again. It's double legal.
It's double legal now.
It's like super legal. Super duper.
I mean, okay, so that's ridiculous, right? Yeah. So this is what Washington is busying itself with right now.
Because they're distracting.
Gay marriage.
They're distracting.
Which has already been a thing.
Right, because they're distracting from all the things.
Wait, your sound is gone. Can you guys hear her, or is it just me?
What?
Uh-oh. Hang on, it might be me. Let me make sure it's not me. It's probably me. Hang on. Hello?
I didn't do anything. I haven't done anything.
It's me. I have to just fix my headphones. I don't know why they just cut out all of a sudden.
Okay, you guys can hear me? Okay, good.
I can hear you too. It's just through my computer, so it's not nearly as as handy. Anyway, this has been a thing already, but this is now what the White House is focusing on because, of course, right? Like, because they focus on all that other stuff
because they're distracting from the fact that they can't do anything themselves, and so they have to do this because they can't do crap. They can't actually get work done. So they're like, oh my gosh, gay marriage, and oh my gosh, transgenderism, and so that is what they're doing. They're distracting from all the things and all the fires. It's like while Rome burns, this is what they're doing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. And so that's happening. So then why is it happening? Right. So this becomes a bigger question. Why is it happening? Well, Tucker has an answer to that as well. Here it is.
And it's an effort to degrade the country, but as a political matter, it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Offend you so much or mesmerize you so completely, you forget that there are multiple world historic crises unfolding at the same time, some of which the Biden administration caused, none of which it can solve. That's the point. I have no idea what to do about the collapse of the border, which is on display, or the continuing slow motion collapse of the American economy, which you feel because you're poorer than you were last year, and they don't have anything to say to you. Even if they cared, they wouldn't have an answer. Here's a drag show. Welcome to Weimar. Yeah, what happens next? But the point is, you lose any perspective about everything else real that is happening. This is a tactic. And it's not a new tactic, actually. Joe Biden once recognized this tactic because, if nothing else, he knows politics.
Yeah, the thing that I thought was really interesting last night too, which we didn't get the clip of it, but he showed the juxtaposition of Biden talking back, I don't know, it was like 15 years ago, and then talking today. And he actually was in a clip saying, we're distracting with talking about all of this gay marriage stuff. And this is ridiculous. We have work to do. Like he said that like 15 years ago, he said that. And then here he is today doing it. He's doing it. This guy is one of the biggest hypocrites in politics today. One of the biggest.
Without question.
Because he's like, because now he's this big proponent of kids cutting their genitals off. You know, he's up there with all the other, crazies yapping about that. And 15 whatever years ago, he was just like, we really need to actually get some work done. Like he was one of those guys. It's crazy how he just will do whatever he needs to do to stay in power.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys. He is so malleable, and it doesn't matter, what he has to say. He'll say whatever he has to say to just stay in power and to keep the money and to keep the power. And it's gross. He's so gross.
It's vile. Everybody in this administration who is, and they're all celebratory about what was happening yesterday, right? Like everybody was in on it. They brought Cyndi Lauper to sing. Karine Jean-Pierre had her in the presser. I mean, like this was all that they cared about. Right?
Yeah, it's Lady Gaga, all those.
Oh my God.
And it's all celebrities, and this is the thing. And so many people in our country are like, "Oh, it's so great. This administration's so great," because they have all these celebrities and everything, and everybody's so enamored by that. Meanwhile, the country is falling apart.
It's like the dog with the fire saying, "This is fine. This is all fine."
Yeah, we're just falling apart. And I live in Texas. Our border, this man has surrendered our border. He's surrendered it. He is.
Yeah, we got some border to get to in just a second. But first, I wanted to play a little clip from Hannity, because Hannity was also railing against all this drag queen stuff. And by the way, my name today, in case you just thought I'd run out of creativity, which I kind of have, I decided to use ChatGPT, and I said, "Hey, ChatGPT, please create a drag name out of Macarena." And this is what they came up with: Macalicious. That is a ChatGPT created name today.
I actually told my daughter, my 12-year-old daughter, about ChatGPT yesterday. And I'm like, this is terrifying. And I explained to her what it does. And I explained to her how it takes creativity away and how I'm worried for her generation and jobs and everything. And she was horrified by it.
She's going to use it.
She totally will.
Go, Mom.
Well, I mean, I told her, I said, listen, this is a way for kids to cheat. I'm like, this is totally not okay. And she goes, that isn't okay. She goes, because there are going to be kids like in high school and stuff that use this for papers. And like, that's not okay.
I mean, they already can.
She goes,
you already can.
She goes, that's unfair, because then they're not going to do their work. She understands that it makes it unfair. And it does. It's not okay.
Totally.
That's wow. Yeah. So there you go.
But I'm owning up to it. Okay. I did not create this name with my own brain. I asked ChatGPT to do the work for me.
Macalicious.
That's what you get. Macalicious. Okay, let's do this Hannity clip, and then we'll get to the border stuff, because I got some explosive clips about the border. First, here's Hannity talking about really, and the specific drag queens are important here, because wait until you see what one of them tweeted.
Joe Biden has never been to the southern border. Now, the White House says he just doesn't have time to go there, and there are more important things to do than stop heroin and fentanyl from coming into the country, stopping the cartels. Now, of course, he did have time, though, today for a big celebration at the White House after signing the Respect for Marriage Act. And to show just how much he respects marriage, well, Biden invited several drag queens to the White House, including this person named Britta Filter, who once performed in front of children at a school in New York City. Another drag queen named Marty Cummings, who also performed for young kids on multiple occasions. And on Twitter, in a recently deleted tweet, Cummings once proclaimed, quote, the kids are out to sing and suck. And anyway, I can't say it. And to top it off, Cummings also hates the police, frequently tweeting anti-cop slogans like F the police and all cops are bastards. I'm not sure how these two honored guests at the Biden White House have anything to do with the Respect for Marriage Act, but
that's what's important to the White House right now.
Why
hosting those kinds of people?
Why are they so hell-bent on hypersexualizing our kids? Like, seriously, that's the question we need to ask these freaking weirdo perverts on the left, because that's exactly what it is. Seriously, we need to just keep asking them that question. Why are y'all so hell-bent on this? Why are they so excited and so hell-bent on like just hypersexualizing our children? What is wrong with you?
It's disgusting. I mean,
yeah, it is.
But you know, they continue to lie about it. Like Joy Reid, anytime she talks about this, she will always say something like, conservatives are just so upset over the possibility that their children might be read to in a library by someone in a dress and makeup. And I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with the library reading story times, although I think that's weird. Also, it's the freaking shows that they're going to, and they're playing music about the P word being wet. Okay, that's not okay to be in front of kids. That's just not okay.
None of it is okay. Meanwhile, Kirk Cameron can't read about God in a public library.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's like, that's not okay. So we can't read about God anymore in a public library. But then these freaks can go into a public library and read to a 3-year-old and like gyrate on stage. Like, that's okay. And have your naked ass on stage in front of a kid. Like, that's okay. Hypersexualization of children is okay. Having God in a child's life is not okay. This is what we're doing in this country now. That is not okay. Something is wrong with these people, and we need to call it out at every chance that we get. Every opportunity you get, call it out. These people are freaks.
And demand that people who are supporting them answer that question. Why are you so hell-bent on getting sexual content in front of kids? What kind of perv are you?
Exactly.
The question has to be asked, like, in their face, demand an answer.
Call them out.
Oh my God.
Call them out.
I don't know if you guys have been watching what the stock market has been doing. It has been all over the freaking place. I mean, it has been up, and I can't keep, it's like a freaking yo-yo right now. And that's the thing about the stock market, is that it's super unpredictable. Unlike, I will point out, the value of precious metals. They hold their value regardless of what the market is doing. This is something I learned when I got the free information kit from Birch Gold. I just text chicks to 989898. Get the free information kit. And if you don't know anything about investing in precious metals, you will now, because the kit that they send you is so chock full of good information. Like the tidbit that I learned that like really hit home the most for me about gold in particular holding its value was the thing about bread. Do you guys remember that? I've told this once before, but basically gold, an ounce of gold in 500 BC. Okay, that's a long ass time ago for those of you who are following along. So a 1 ounce bar of gold back in 500 BC could get you 350 loaves of bread. Okay.
Wow.
Today, an ounce of gold can get you 350 loaves of bread. That's the value that gold has. It doesn't matter, like, you know, how much was bread in 500 BC money-wise? Okay, it was like what, less than a cent or something?
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is it now you see money rates going up and down, but gold is always going to hold its value. So will other precious metals. And if you're thinking about investing, just get the information. That's all I'm suggesting. I'm not telling you to go buy something. I'm not telling you to go sell your IRAs. I'm not telling you to do any of that. I'm telling you, arm yourself with information. Just text chicks to 989898. You're going to learn all about it, and then you're going to decide if it's something that you want to do or not. No pressure. That's the beauty of it.
It is. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so is our website. Go to chicksontheright.com. You guys go check that out. chicksontheright.com.
Do it. Okay, so to the border. Yesterday, you guys know Leslie Marshall, right? That liberal who is a Fox contributor. She's on a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And usually she's on Outnumbered quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she's pretty, she's not middle of the road. I would never say that, but she's very civil typically.
Okay,
and the
that's
conversations, the conversations that are had with her are very civil for the most part.
Yeah.
But things got a little heated with Jason Chaffetz yesterday because they were talking about the border, and he is losing his mind about what's happening, as anyone should.
As we all should be. As we all should be losing our minds. I mean, 4 to 5 million of these folks have like poured across our border. It's unsustainable, you guys. It's going to break. And when Title 42 ends, like, what is it? Like, how many days do we have?
It's like 8 days, something like that.
It's going to get it's already insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's going to get crazy. I don't know. Texas. Oh my God. It's out of control what this man has done to our country. It's awful. It's an invasion. It's an invasion.
And I don't know why more people don't use that word. That word should be used. That should be the only word that's being used to describe what's happening right now. So Jason Chaffetz was mad, and Leslie Marshall was basically trying to say, well, you know what? For years, Republicans could have done something about this, and they just didn't. That was what she tried to say. And so he was so mad. And so there was a fight ensued. Here it is.
So fundamentally, totally wrong and immoral what the Democrats are doing. They have tacitly encouraged these people to come. They're being raped along the way. They're doing human trafficking, drugs, all kinds of guns that are running across, murderers that are coming across, people from 150 different nations, terrorists are coming across. And then the White House spokesperson has the gall to stand up and tell us nobody just walks across the border. How about just enforcing the current law, Leslie? We look right now, legally, lawfully, we bring in 1 million people a year. There is no reason why these people should get in line and do it the legal, lawful way. And if you want to change the law, then introduce a bill and pass it. Democrats have the House and Senate and the presidency, but until then, enforce the current law. This administration's not doing that.
Yeah, I want to move on, but I want to put this up there because you can go ahead and respond, Leslie.
Well, I'm sorry, Jason. You can scream at me all that you want, or Democrats or this administration, but both Democrats and Republicans have been to blame, because when Democrats and Republicans have tried to
they have not.
When Republicans had power, you guys didn't do it either.
Not.
When Republicans had power, you guys didn't do it either. Why does anybody have to come to the United States to apply for asylum? Because that is our current asylum law.
Yeah,
and it
Donald
has been
Trump
for decades. If you just say that you don't come to the United States and allow them to apply in their home country.
Let me just jump in here, because the truth is you apply for asylum legally. You come legally and you don't cross the border and then apply. You apply legally like they've been doing it for 200 and some odd years. I want to move on now.
Oh my God, take all the seats, lady. Yeah, take all the freaking seats. Yeah, Donald Trump did it. Yeah. Trump did it. That was his giant win. He had a lot of wins. That man did a lot of wonderful things when he was in office. And that was, to me, that was one of his biggest wins, was the border. He knew exactly what he was going to do when he went in there, and he did it. He promised us, this is what I'm going to do.
He did it to the best that he could without Democrats thwarted a lot that he wanted to do, but he did a lot.
Damn straight. He went in there and he said, I'm going to do this. And he did it. And the crossings were down, and people got the message. They were like, dang, this guy means business. I'm not going to legally cross that border, which is exactly the opposite of what Biden is doing. Biden and Kamala are like, come on in, we'll give you free crap. And they're like, okay. And that's exactly what they're doing. That lady can take all the freaking seats. Democrats have blood on their hands. Every person that crosses that border, all those little girls and little boys who are being trafficked right now, that's on their watch. That's on their hands. They can all suck it. I'm so tired of this crap.
I think I know. I thought yesterday, because you know how everybody's, well, not everybody, but people on the right are just like, in a state of disbelief, constant disbelief that Joe Biden hasn't gone to the border. I think I know why he hasn't. I think it's because cameras would be following him like crazy, and everybody would be swarming him to thank him. And he knows he can't have that on camera.
It's a
he
great
knows
point.
how bad that would look if
It's
to
a great
have
point.
a whole bunch of illegals coming up to him and praising him for letting him in. That's
Yeah.
what would happen if he went to the border. I guarantee you that's what would happen. And
That's
that's
a really
why he's not going.
It's a really great point, Mock. Yeah.
I thought of that yesterday and I was like, oh my God, this makes perfect sense now.
Yeah, because every time
he doesn't want that visual.
You're right, because every time that they interview those people at the border, they're all like, "Oh my God, we love him.
Right.
We love him." And Kamala, they have the shirts, you know, they have all the swag that say, you know, Biden and Kamala. They love him. You know, he's a deity to them because he's the one that has enabled them to come over here and get all the free crap.
Exactly.
God.
So anyway, that is
disgusting.
That's why I think he's not going.
Yeah, it's like the whole point of this is to change the electorate. And in doing so, they will ruin this country.
Yep.
It will be to the demise of this beautiful experiment that is the United States of America. Shame on these people. Shame on them.
Yeah. I've been noticing some people saying that they didn't get a notification about our video going live this morning. And I've seen that a lot over the past couple weeks. Please stop relying on notifications from Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to be on every weekday at 7:15. So just take that to the bank. Know that. Put your little alarm clock, set your alarm clock. That should be your notification. You can go to Facebook. You can go to YouTube. You can go to Rumble. You can go to Twitter. You can go to Getter. You can go to Twitch. We're in all the places at 7:15. I promise you do not need a notification to tell you that because they are not going to show you notifications anymore. I don't know why, but Facebook is always effing with us. Okay. And this is just one of their new ways. So don't rely on it. Just know that we're here. Okay. Know that we're here. 7:15 Eastern, I should say.
I'm surprised we're still on it every day. I'm
Honestly,
like,
same.
wow, we're still on it. Look at that. Look at us go.
Same. Okay, one more clip about the border, and that is from Democrat representative from Texas, Cuellar.
We're just gonna say Cuellar.
I don't know how to say it, you guys.
It's probably Cuellar. Cuellar. Is that right, you guys? I don't know.
Okay.
We'll just go with it.
Well, and my point in playing this is simply because he is a Democrat, and so he is calling out what's happening at the border, and more Democrats need to freaking do this because then maybe they'll actually start doing something. Here he is.
Look, you know, we have to understand one thing. You can have a compassionate, dignified way of treating the people that are coming in, but at the same time, you have to enforce the law. And if the law says, you know, you stay, but if the law says you have to be returned, then you have to be returned.
Right.
Right now, we're just not seeing enough of that enforcement of the law.
No.
And the impression is that the border is open. And look at the countries that are coming in. It used to be Mexicans, Hondurans, El Salvador, Guatemala, the Central America countries. Now we're seeing other places, Nicaragua, Peru, Ecuador, and other countries are coming in because the word is getting out. The criminal organizations are promoting that this is a time to come in. They make billions of dollars on getting people across, and therefore they're going to keep promoting this.
I mean, if he's saying it, if he knows it, what's the problem?
So we're making the cartels rich. You know, we're emboldening sex traffickers, drug traffickers. This is what we're doing. That's what the Biden administration is doing. Are you proud of yourselves? Not only that, but the sheer number of people, 1,500 people just in El Paso. That's one place, you guys, in one day, coming across the Texas border. What the hell are these people going to do once they get in here? What are they going to do? Well, a lot of them are going to be on the welfare rolls. Who do you think is going to be paying for those people? That is us. That is on us.
And their kids are going to be in our schools.
Yeah.
Demanding some accommodations for those that don't speak English. And what does that do for the kids that are citizens that are in school?
Yeah.
It brings learning down again, like when we can least afford it.
Like it's not bad enough already in our schools.
Exactly.
It's just, it's asinine what we're doing. What are we doing?
Bad.
And you don't see other countries doing this. Other countries, you know, like you go to another country and it's hard to get into those countries. You know, like one of our older kids, she's like, man, they just went to Iceland, you know, for the second time. try getting into Iceland. Try going to live in Iceland. It is it is insane to try to go live there. Like, they demand all of these things. You have to go through all these hoops. Do you think that if I wanted to go live in Iceland, do you think that they would, I don't know, call that country racist or whatever-ist because they have high standards to go live in that country? But by God, we don't let every single person in this country, we're just the terrible, most awful, racist country. We let let people pour over into this border. Since when? Since when do we have to do that? Why do we have to do that? It is unsustainable. We are broke. We can't do it. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't understand how everybody doesn't get that. But there are still people that are fighting on the Democrat side saying, you know what, we can't pass any immigration laws without amnesty for a bazillion people that have come here.
Yeah, why?
Illegally.
Why?
Get them out.
Yeah,
they've already broken the law.
Yeah, and until our books until we are not broke, there's no reason that we should let anybody in. Frankly, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. It's just like having a household budget. It's kind of like feeding another person in the family. We just can't do it. We are broke, period.
I mean, imagine the biggest mansion ever, the most glorious, beautiful mansion. Everybody wants to live in a glorious, beautiful mansion. But if everybody just busts in the doors of the mansion, at some point, the mansion is no longer glorious. That's what's happening to the country.
Yeah.
It's very easy to make the comparison to see what's going on. That's what's happening. Meanwhile, thankfully, we do have some good leaders in this country, and they come in the form of Governor. You
knew this was coming. You knew this was coming, you guys. It was coming.
So he's leading once again on basically every issue, and in particular on the issue of really investigating the people who have allowed the mRNA shoot to to harm so many people without any kind of consequence, without any kind of accountability. He is doing something about that. Here is a part of his announcement about that.
Today, I'm announcing a petition with the Supreme Court of Florida to impanel a statewide grand jury to investigate any and all wrongdoing in Florida with respect to COVID-19 vaccines. And we anticipate that we will get the approval for that. That will be something that will be impaneled most likely in the Tampa Bay area. And that will come with legal processes that will be able to get more information and to bring legal accountability for those who committed misconduct.
I mean, look at him.
So he's doing the job that the CDC should be doing. That's what he's doing. Yeah. He's doing, he's collecting data. And apparently, from what I heard last night, they're already seeing that there's data that shows that there was an increase in heart issues like myocarditis and stuff like that. Surprise!
Well, one of the doctors on that panel talked about that. In fact, I have that clip as well. And because you know that healthcare professionals are being fed the line that they are supposed to feed to their patients, which is these shoots are safe and effective. Yeah. So here's what this doctor says about that phrase, safe and effective.
So, Dr. Freeman, so you've been looking at this issue. Yeah. If someone came up to you and just said, hey, doctor, are mRNA COVID shots safe and effective? How would you respond?
Well, if our mRNA shots are safe and effective. Well, I would say that from the day that these were authorized in December, there was uncertainty on if the benefits were going to outweigh the harm. We didn't know. We did not know. It's not possible to have known that at that time. There were 4 people, I believe, who voted against authorizing it that day. In a climate of when everyone was scared, almost everyone, to vote no on that would have been. So there's uncertainty. There was definitely uncertainty on young people, people with no risk factors. That's clear. There was uncertainty when we authorized the booster. that is clear. We had all the scientists or nearly all, vote to not authorize it. They voted against authorizing it. Then the FDA came back and said, okay, how about just in over 65? Then they said, yes, we'll do it in over 65. Then the CDC, 2 to 3 weeks later, tries to authorize the booster for all ages. Scientists advisory board votes against it. CDC goes, let's not listen to these guys. Just recommends it for all age groups. The safe and effective terminology that's been used has been based on it's uncertainty. This is based on it's a lie.
But you know, thank God that Lady Gaga came to the White House again. Because right. That's super important with all this other crap going on. Thank God she was there, and Cyndi Lauper.
Right. The important
exciting. Things. Woo! Party, dance party at the White House. Woo! Everybody. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's huge.
And for the CDC to be like, just don't listen to them.
They're there. Know what they're doing. They're there, everybody. They're there.
And I love how they just throw over 65s under the bus. They're like, okay, well, it's probably not safe and effective, but for over 65s, let's go ahead.
It's fine. It's fine.
Good Lord.
I would just, if I were any of those doctors like sitting there with him, I would be like, everybody just make sure I don't get suicided. Okay. Just like, right. Just watch your backs. Seriously. Because everything is so, like, as you would say, bajiggity now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I get like, even talking about this stuff, it's so weird. And I hate that you have to be so careful about talking about it. It's so dumb. All of this stuff should have already been out. We should have already seen this data. That's what's so crazy. Like working in pharma for 20 whatever years. I can't believe that this data is not already out. That's what drives me insane. The fact that Ron DeSantis is having to compile and get this group of people together to even start getting this data together in the state of Florida, we should have already seen it. This shouldn't be a thing that's just now starting. I'm so irritated about that. But thank God for Lady Gaga. Thank God for Lady Gaga.
Well, and thank God for Ron DeSantis, who's actually doing things about this. So this is the kind of stuff that he won't just sit back and accept. He's always out in front. And by the way, polls, sorry to upset anybody who is going to be upset by this, but polls are starting to really go in his direction as a potential 2024 candidate, not just ahead of Donald Trump, but ahead of Joe Biden, which is great. So nice to see.
But you know what? Every single Republican governor should do exactly what he's doing. And the fact that they're not, I'm like, what are you doing? Do what he's doing. Right? Like Christine Noem, all of them should be doing things. Do exactly what he just did. Do it. Mm-hmm. See what he did? Go ahead. Run along. Make your little group of people. Start doing the research. Collect the data. Do what the CDC should have done. Go ahead and do it. And then all y'all get together and share your data and make your own little CDC because the CDC is not doing it.
Exactly. Well, and you know what? If he decides not to run for president, maybe he could just secede. He could just take Florida to be its own country. I will sell my South Carolina property and I'm going.
All right. Can we combine Florida and Texas together? Because I think that would
work with Abbott and make this
really amazing little state, wouldn't it? Little country on its own. Little great country.
Flexus.
God, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Flexus.
I would move there in a heartbeat.
It'd be so warm. I know. And we would come in shooting your gators. It'd be fantastic. With our cowboy hats, just come in shooting. Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh my God, it would just be absolutely
it'd be
amazing.
Great. Uh-huh.
Okay, so yesterday we talked about the fact that Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested, and so apparently he is sitting in a not very nice Bahamian jail. Like there's rats and gross, disgusting stuff there.
This is
very, very different from his mansion. I know.
That's for him.
So the guy that went in and cleaned house during Enron, you remember the whole Enron scandal of years ago?
Yes.
That same guy who went in and was like, I've got to figure out what's going on and take care of this mess. That same guy is now doing the same exact thing with FTX. And he reported to Congress yesterday during the hearing about what he has found at FTX that went wrong. You guys, you have to hear how ridiculous this company was. Listen.
The FTX group is unusual in the sense that, I've done probably a dozen large, scale bankruptcies over my career, including Enron, of course. Every one of those entities had some financial problem or another. They have some characteristics that are in common. This one is unusual, and it's unusual in the sense that literally, there's no record keeping whatsoever. It's in the absence of record keeping. Employees would communicate, invoicing and expenses on Slack, which is, essentially a way of communicating for chat rooms. They use QuickBooks, a multi-billion-dollar company using QuickBooks. QuickBooks. Nothing against QuickBooks, very nice tool, just not for a multi-billion-dollar company.
Oh my God. The QuickBooks is like, oh, this is awesome. Let's use it for an ad. QuickBooks is now like changing their whole ad campaign. Like multi-billion-dollar companies use us. Oh my God, I cannot.
Wow. So that's how dude was running his company. By the way, so of course everybody's super pissed that he has avoided speaking in front of Congress and potentially, getting himself into more trouble and admitting some of the stuff that was going on. But he did. Yeah. I don't know if it was leaked or if it was released. I don't exactly know how it got out, but his opening statement got out. What he was going to say as his opening statement got out. And apparently he was going to blame his depression, his girlfriend, his crazy ex-girlfriend. He was going to say that he's been a victim of anti-Semitism. All of these things were going to be part of his opening statement about why this has all happened. As if anybody gives a shit what he's suffered, making his billions. Give me a break.
No one does. So did he include like his wild sex orgies in the list?
I don't think he included those.
God, I swear this guy is a complete freak.
Oh, and by the way, I know this is going back to the whole marriage. What is it? What's Respect for Marriage Act that passed that Karine Jean-Pierre was all excited about? She said, I don't have the clip, but I just wanted to tell you about it. She said she was talking about how it passed with bipartisan support. And she wanted to say bicameral and bipartisan support, which is kind of redundant, but whatever. So she wanted to like extra stress that it was Republicans and Democrats.
Yes.
And she said bicameral.
She did. She said by Carmel.
And I was just like, she literally is the dumbest person to have ever served in that position.
She is. But
question.
I don't know if you know this though, but she is a woman of color and she's a lesbian, and I believe she's an immigrant too. I just don't know if
Well,
she is.
had I known that, then I would have, of course, hired her immediately.
She's highly qualified for the position because of those things. I don't know if you know that or not. So you need to shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Yeah.
Very important qualifications.
All very
indeed.
Important identity politics.
All right. Should I? I've got two clips left. One of Nancy Mace talking. I could save Nancy Mace for tomorrow and get to the Pelosi trailer, or I could just
Pelosi trailer.
Okay, I'll save Nancy for tomorrow. So you guys. So Nancy Pelosi's daughter, who you probably know is a documentary filmmaker, she apparently has been filming her mother for years, getting ready to release this documentary about Nancy Pelosi. And I have the trailer. It's long, so we're just going to play until I start seeing people begging me to turn it off.
How long is it?
The trailer's like over 2 minutes. It's forever.
Oh my God.
It's a long ass trailer.
Like, how self-absorbed are you? Oh yeah, this is Nancy Pelosi's daughter.
Right. But there is a clip that is not included in this trailer that I will just tell you about because and I wish it were in the trailer because it sounds really juicy, but I saw about Daily Mail talking about it. There's a moment where Nancy is in bed, like no makeup on, just looking like a hot mess. And Alexander is there filming her, and apparently she's on the phone with Mike Pence because Daily Mail reported that they had still photos of this scene. And I think it's on Easter, and Mike Pence is calling her to wish her happy Easter, but then like also, I don't know what else he's talking about, but he's talking official business with her. She mocks him. Like she makes faces and rolls her eyes at him the entire time that she's on the phone with him, and then mutes him and says to her daughter, "Am I just a total bitch?" That's also in this documentary, and it's left in the documentary.
I hope somebody in the room said, yes, yes, you are. Yes.
Because she just is.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'll play like 30 seconds. Everybody's already saying, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I have to. You guys have to see at least
a little bit.
Just
a little bit. I have to see it. I'm dying to see it. I haven't seen it yet. So I have to see a little bit. Yeah.
So you get the idea.
Yeah. So, and it's her daughter that did that. Mm-hmm. Her daughter is the one that made fun of Rand Paul when he got the crap beat out of him, but when he was like jumped from behind, and remember, so I don't expect a lot of empathy from that woman.
Now, is this the daughter that's expected to take her place when she finally retires?
What do you mean take her place? Don't we have to vote for these people?
Well, Gavin would be saying, okay, we'll just replace her with your daughter. I mean, Gavin would appoint the next person, I think, is how that would work. And it's her nephew, so why wouldn't he keep it in the family?
Oh, God, it's so gross the way all this works. It's just disgusting. Gross. It's like a monarchy where I hate, you know how much I hate monarchies.
Yeah.
I'm hate
aware
it.
Of your hatred.
Yeah, you are aware of my seething hatred for the monarchy, which is precisely what this is. That's exactly like he's just going to tap. Is it her? I don't know.
I don't know if she's got another daughter. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how many daughters
she's got. Like 50 gajillion daughters because she's a Catholic, but she's only a Catholic in name only. Right. She's a Sino. She's a Sino. Right. Because she's like, oh, kill all the babies, but I'm a Catholic. She's that lady.
Well, there's another movie that apparently is in theaters right now that I did not even know about. That is an AOC documentary.
Yes,
about
it's horrible.
Change.
The trailer is horrific.
I'm not even going to show the trailer. I was gonna, and I was like, that's just mean.
It's horrific
to our people. Mm-hmm. It has made, you guys, an average of $80 per theater.
It's so bad.
Completely bombed. I mean, like bombed.
Yep, it's so bad.
Bombed.
It's like
it's called To the End.
It's like all about climate change, and it's just bad. Yeah, it's really bad. And she deserves it.
She deserves every bit.
I hope Pelosi's doesn't do well either. We all hope that.
Well, that's on HBO, so I don't know how they measure that exactly. But
it probably won't do well. It probably won't. Who wants to see this old hag?
There's people that will wanna. That love her. I don't understand it either, but there are people for sure.
I mean, maybe it's morbid. It may be morbid curiosity, like the Harry and Meghan thing, because you and I watched the Harry and Meghan thing.
I will not hate watch the Pelosi thing, though. I won't.
I won't hate watch Pelosi either. I'll hate watch Harry and Meghan because you have forced me into it, and now I'm sucked in.
But you're invested.
but the Pelosi thing, no, nope.
Well, speaking of the royals, who I know you can't stand. Look at this beautiful Christmas card photo.
Okay, that's cute.
Isn't
it? That's cute.
Listen, come on.
It's not that I can't really stand them. It's just that I just can't stand. I just don't like the monarchy thing. But I do have a soft spot for Princess Diana, and I do like the William guy. I like that dude. I like him. He's okay.
He's a good dude, and he seems like stunning.
She's
Kate
very
is
stunning.
like a perfect woman specimen.
Yeah, those kids are getting so big. They're cute.
They're such happy looking. It's such a cute family.
I love all kids, so they're cute. They're cute.
They're super cute.
They are. They're really cute. They seem
all
like
right. Let's talk about
kids.
your
Okay, so it was Cambridge. Is it the Cambridge Dictionary? They changed the definition of woman. Is it woman?
And man.
And man. They changed the definition of woman and man. Do you want to bring that up? I think we have it on the screen because I don't have the definition.
Is there something to show?
Oh, I mean, you just show the definition. I think they basically, because what it is they have updated the definition of woman is an adult who lives and identifies as female, though they may have been said to have different sex at birth. That's what they've changed it to. Now, I don't know about some of the other dictionaries like Merriam-Webster and all that, but this is Cambridge because they're whack. But this is what liberals are doing now. They're changing the which is whack, because they're changing the definition of woman. I'd like to know where feminists are. And they're obviously silent because they don't care about the definition of woman. And that's the ultimate patriarchy. And they suck. They always suck. But the thing is that this is how they do it, you guys. They start changing definitions and they start changing semantics. And then it's a downhill slope from there. It's crazy. If when liberals own semantics and own the words, then
they control everything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I reject it. I reject it.
Everybody should. Can you imagine being like a person from another planet and being like, oh, I need to understand what a man and a woman is. And then looking up that definition that you just read. Would that make any sense? That doesn't make any sense. It uses a whole bunch of words to not actually define anything.
Yeah. And I actually, I put that on Instagram yesterday and I tagged them and I was like, being a woman is not a costume. And plus, are you a biologist now? Yeah.
Well, dictionary.com, they have just announced their word of the year and it is woman. And they still, thankfully, now I could look right now and maybe it's already changed, but just as of yesterday, they still had the definition read what it is, which is an adult human female, like an adult human female. So they still had that as the definition of a woman. Now, whether they changed it, I don't know. But it is the word of the year.
So it's crazy. We live in crazy times where it's like one says one says the other. It's madness. We are living in madness. Yeah.
Oh, I should ask ChatGPT. That is an interesting idea. Should I do that right now?
Do it right now. I want to see what I want to see what it says.
Okay. What is a woman? It is thinking. It's got the little black flicker box. It's thinking. A woman is a female human being. And then it's going on. It's continuing to write. Like it's going to give me a whole ass definition. Typically, a woman is born with female sex organs and is capable of bearing children. And then it continues going on that same path. So ChatGPT is accurate.
Okay.
That's good.
So it's based on biology, which is great. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. That's fantastic. I love that. Okay.
Thanks for the recommendation. Whoever said that.
And then Allison said Webster still looks, she said that is still good. Webster's still good. Okay. So Cambridge is the whack one, at least for now. But listen, I mean, this stuff happens so quickly. So when they start taking this stuff over, like we always say, it's very insidious. And then it'll start changing. But that's whack. It's whack that like if a kid goes to a dictionary and looks that up, they may pick the Cambridge one. Yeah. It's a dictionary after all.
It's a dictionary. So, and you don't know which one. Now, I don't know what is I'm assuming dictionary.com is the default. Like if you go to Google, I'm not sure. That could be different, depending on your browser. It could be different on your location. I don't actually know. But you're right. If you're going to that certain definition, you're going to be completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Anyway,
it's whack.
Crazy.
And women are being erased and it's not okay. Reject it.
Reject it. I wanted to tell you about a bad customer service experience that someone had at MyPillow, which is, I know it sounds crazy, you guys, because that is not a typical thing. So I got an email, I guess it was like a week ago or so from someone who said that they were expecting that they'd seen advertising for a free gift to come with their order. A travel pillow was supposed to come with their order. And they made an order. They didn't get the gift. So they called and they got somebody in customer service that was not helpful to them. I cannot tell you how rare of a thing that is and how shocked I was to get the email. And I was so upset because the person who wrote, her name's Barbara. Barbara wrote and she was just like, you guys keep talking about how great MyPillow is. And that was not my experience. And I'm not going to shop there. And I don't think you should promote them anymore. And I was just mortified.
Yeah.
So I forwarded her email because I was like, this isn't okay. And I know that MyPillow would not think this is okay. And so here's the email that I got from Barbara. I just opened it this morning. She says, "Hey chicks, I recently sent you an email complaining about MyPillow and their customer service and that they didn't help me. And it was all over a free gift that I should have received, but didn't. Well, I didn't think anything would come of it. But Mock and Daisy, you guys rock. You forwarded my email. They called me. I received the VP of Media Relations asked to call her. She works weird hours, so she sent an email instead. The very next day, I received a box that I was not expecting, and inside that box were 4 MyPillow travel pillows. The free gift was only one. I was blown away. Like, wow. The VP of Media Relations went over and above what I was expecting, and I owe it all to you two. Thank you for taking the time to escalate my email to a higher level and getting the situation resolved in a way that not only satisfied me on this order, but guaranteed my future business with MyPillow. I listen to you two every day and love your show, and you guys make me laugh and keep me informed. I will say it again. You guys rock.
I love that.
I know. And I wanted to share it, not just because, we always like to plug MyPillow, but with any of our sponsors, okay? Any of them. If you ever have any kind of trouble, any kind of experience that is less than ideal, we want to know about it, because I guarantee you that the people we work with at those sponsor companies will not be okay with the fact that you've had a bad experience, and they will do whatever it takes to make it right. That's why we love our sponsors. That's why we promote the people we do, because we know they always go above and beyond. That's what they do. That's why we like them. So please let us know anytime you ever have an experience that is not what you expect. Okay.
Amen. Amen to that.
Go to mypillow.com/chicks and get yourself some discounts right now using code chicks. Okay. Time for MyPillow Talks. I have it's a long one from Josh Hawley talking to a Facebook employee about the First Amendment. And I know this is not a fun talk. It's it's a political talk, but I feel like it's so important. Will you guys let me play it? Is it okay?
Yes, I want to hear it. Yeah.
And listen, the Facebook guy is an idiot, but he's hot. Okay.
He looks hot. I can already see the hotness.
It makes it even more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
So here it is.
The United States government is subject to the First Amendment. I think we can probably all agree on. Hopefully we can. Hopefully that's still true in this country. Is it appropriate for Facebook to work with the United States government to avoid the First Amendment, help the U.S. government avoid the First Amendment?
Senator, we do think it is sometimes appropriate to be in contact with government and with government organizations.
To help them avoid the First Amendment?
Senator, I'm not sure what specifically you're referring to.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think it's appropriate to work with the United States government to target private individual speech that is constitutionally protected?
Senator, I'm not aware of that.
Well, let me educate you. On July 16th, 2021, Facebook, an employee at Facebook wrote to the Department of Health and Human Services saying, and I quote, "I know our teams met today to better understand the scope of what the White House expects from us on misinformation going forward." On July 23rd, 2021, a Facebook employee thanked HHS, quote, "for taking the time to meet earlier today and wanted to make sure you saw the steps we just took this past week to adjust policies and what we are removing with respect to misinformation. This included," and I'm still quoting, "increasing the strength of our demotions for COVID and vaccine-related content." On April 7th, 2021, a Facebook employee thanked the CDC for responding to misinformation queries, and I quote, "We'll get moving now to be able to remove all but that one claim as soon as the announcement and authorization happens." On July 28th, of this year, a Facebook employee reached out to CDC about, quote, "doing a monthly misinfo debunking meeting." The CD responded, "Yes, we would love to do that." I'm sure they would. On July 20th, 2021, Clark Humphrey at the White House, who's digital director of the COVID-19 response team, emailed Dave Sumner at your company, among others, asking any way we can get this pulled down, and cited a specific Instagram account. Within 46 seconds, your company responded and said, "Yep."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That sounds like what in the law we call a pattern and practice of meeting, coordinating, and colluding with the United States government to target particular speech.
Yeah.
That no one in any of these emails alleges is incitement, which would not be constitutionally protected. No one in any of these emails alleges it directly encourages violence, which would not be constitutionally protected. So it appears to all be constitutionally protected speech on, I might add, very politically sensitive topics that Facebook is directly working with the U.S. government to target and remove.
Unbelievable.
Is that your company policy to do this kind of thing?
In order to understand how to help make sure that folks weren't getting information that could cause imminent harm.
Fair enough.
Oh my
so
God.
You're saying that this was, in fact, company policy to have these kinds of meetings with HHS, with the CDC, with the White House directly, that you did engage in this behavior, and you think that it was entirely fine. Is that your testimony?
Senator, I do believe it's appropriate for companies like ours to be in consultation with public health organizations and with government.
And you can confirm that things like taking down a private Instagram account and adjusting your policies at the behest of the White House, and putting into place misinformation policies at the behest of CDC, that those things you think are appropriate. This was company policy to do so. Is that fair to say?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the Instagram account specifically that you're referencing, but we do know that people expected and hoped from the platforms that we would help them get accurate information about COVID during the unprecedented time, especially at the beginning.
Well, isn't there a difference between you as a platform putting forward information and censoring your users at the behest of the White House, the administration more broadly?
He's so good at this. He's so good at asking the question.
We specifically wanted to work with public health experts to understand the relationship between information and behavior. And so we did consult with the CDC, the World Health Organization, and others to understand how the platform policies we built were affecting public health.
Well, you didn't just consult with them to understand how they affected public health. You actually censored on their behalf. I mean, you took these emails. I'm just quoting from a sample of them, which, by the way, have been disclosed in litigation. These emails show that you took censorship steps. You took down accounts. You planned misinformation policies. You adjusted your policies at the behest of the United States government. I mean, that's not just some theoretical thing. That's actually targeting your users' speech. But the United States government is bound by the First Amendment. They cannot encourage or coerce or incite or collude with a private party to get around the First Amendment. But you've just said to me today that that's basically what they did, that you coordinated with them repeatedly over a pattern of months and years to adjust and target your speech policies for protected speech at the behest of the United States government. I have to tell you, I've got a big problem with that. And
Okay, so who exactly was that guy? Who was that?
He's some Facebook person. I don't know what his title is, but he's from Facebook.
Okay, so he's a Facebook guy. Okay, but we don't know exactly who he was, and then I don't know when exactly that took place because there wasn't anything in the title or in the
in the caption. No,
in the caption.
I'm assuming it's relatively recent, but I could be wrong. Of course, that's Josh Hawley, Senator Josh Hawley, who does a masterful job breaking that all down.
And that's the thing is like I want to know like what was the context there? I don't know like when they were asking these questions. Is it after the Twitter stuff came out, or was it before the Twitter stuff came out? Like what? I need more context. It was like make truth great again or something like that. That's the name of the account. I think that's what it was, something like that. So I'd like to check out that account more. I'd like to look and
I'll
see,
try to I'll make a note to myself to do that and see where it's from, and then I can report back tomorrow.
Because it's interesting that they're looking into Facebook. I like that. I like that they're actually doing that, and it's not just Twitter. That's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Because they're doing all the same crap at Facebook and Instagram as they are. You and I have known that for years.
Oh yeah. I think the Twitter file, I don't know again when this was, but I think the Twitter files is going to create a lot more of these kinds of hearings and hopefully some accountability for some of the people who are literally working, like Josh Hawley said, at the behest of the U.S. government to censor private American speech, which is a violation of the First Amendment, period.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one thing to ask the questions, but then what the hell happens to this guy? Right, it's one thing to put him in a hot seat and make him sit there and be uncomfortable and squirm a little bit, but then what do we do?
What do we do? This was Monday. This was this week.
Okay, was it Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like, then what?
Exactly. Okay. Got a couple fun ones. You're going to love this. You know how there's puppy yoga? You can take yoga classes with puppies.
There's goats and puppies. Yes.
Oh my God. This is a Great Dane puppy who is out cold on this woman.
Oh,
I mean, can you even?
God, you guys, I would die.
Oh.
Oh, there'd be no yoga. Oh my God.
Is that not the sweetest thing you ever saw?
So mushy and floppy.
Oh God,
Look
I just
at the
love that.
floppiness.
I know. Also, someone else has our screaming goat. Look at the dog. The dog is like personally offended.
That's what Cash is up right now. He just lifted his head up. They get so pissed off. They get so pissed. Cash is up. He's pissed. He's pissed off.
Okay. Here's the thing. I have presents to share with everybody. We've gotten some amazing gifts, and we've already gone so long. So
yeah, we have.
Do I do the presents today? Do I
maybe wait till tomorrow? Because I need to go to my post office box today too. And if I have some, we can do a bunch at the end. You want to do that?
Yeah, because we have so many. And it's just so appreciated, you guys. I just can't even tell you. But I do have a couple more talks. We have there's some funny ones. There's a guy. Do you ever just like marvel at something that's been a technology that we've had available for forever, but like for some reason something just makes you temporarily marvel at it?
Yes.
Does this ever happen?
Yeah, I mean, like when I was in the plane the other day, I was like, we're in a steel tube in the sky, man.
Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So it's not like it's new. It's not like it hasn't existed for a while. But every now and then you'll be like, holy crap, this is a thing that we can do.
So cool. Yeah.
So this guy is having one of those moments about so many things. Look at this.
You ever look around and you're like, how the hell does any of this shit work? Like, I'm sorry, but what the fuck is this? How does it know what this means? Ones and zeros? Fuck out of here. You're lying to me. And I can play a song. First of all, what is the internet? And then I can play any song and it will play here those exact tones. What the fuck are you talking about? Or lying. What is a battery? You ever look around and you're like,
what is a battery?
It's pretty remarkable. It
really is.
Yeah. Right? And my 12-year-old has no idea how good she has it. I mean, all she's known is technology her whole life. And we didn't have half of the crap that she has. Like she was born with a freaking iPhone in her hand. You know?
That's the thing. There's no appreciation for just the wonder and amazement that is so many of the things that we use daily.
And when we traveled to Indiana, she was mad. She's like, Mom, there's no Wi-Fi. And I'm like, oh my God, just look out the window. You have no idea what it was like. Like if there's no Wi-Fi in the car, they freak out. And I'm just like, look out the window like we did on car trips for 16 hours. Look at a tree. Yeah, this is the thing.
Okay, last one. And then we have to go. There's a woman who is our age-ish who is... she is talking about things that do and do not bring her joy. And I think you will appreciate this quite a bit.
You know, since turning 50, I've decided that there are some things that no longer serve me. So I'm going to Marie Kondo my life. What does she say? If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it.
Yes.
This is the list of shit that doesn't bring me joy. Number 1 is uncomfortable pants. Those fuckers got to go. I just want to wear like sweatpants or pajamas. In the event that I actually have to wear clothes to something, if they are not stretchy, I'm out. Counting calories. What's the point? I gain weight just by looking at food. Why should I count those little bitches?
It's so true.
Do I need to say anything else? Just to know. Arguing with idiots. Really arguing with anybody, but mostly idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Driving at night. I don't know when, but somewhere, somehow the dark got darker. I don't like it. It stresses me the fuck out. I never did like that motherfucker, but now that I'm 50, I like him even less. He's got to go. Invitations to anything, and I do mean anything. Waiting to drink until after 5:30. Who the fuck made up that rule? Lastly is giving a shit what people think about me. Life is short. Find your joy.
She is me in every way.
It's very, very true. I mean, who made any of these rules?
Right?
And pants. Just don't wear pants at all. You guys can't see us from the waist down. You don't know what's happening. It's all
I guarantee you, if I am wearing pants, they are stretchy without question.
It's true. They're all pajama pants. Cash wants to say hello. You gonna flop? There it was. Did you hear it? There it was, ladies and gentlemen. The true flop today, everybody. Bring it in.
Show today, you guys.
It was very long. God, an hour and 10 minutes. What are we thinking?
I don't know.
I think we just
kept
really
going.
really like you. Somebody said I'm mean to my kids. I'm so mean to my kids. It's true. Makes them strong, you guys. You got to make them resilient for the real world. You got to be really mean to them in your home. Yeah, that's right. I don't hug them at all.
We will show off presents at the end of a show this week. It just depends on how long other shows go. I really meant to do some today, but I couldn't. We just went too long.
We'll do them tomorrow. We'll do a ton of gifts tomorrow, you guys. And everybody have a wonderful, wonderful, it's Wednesday, isn't it? A wonderful Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful hump day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.